Where's Poof? And you can't say anything bad about the rider because they're sound. I had a friend who learned that the really hard way.
So we can't talk bad about Lucy.
We can talk, well,
we'll have to wait till later.
Quietly.
Okay.
I'll watch his mouth. Oh my God, flop.
So you're going to walk down here, one in both directions, and then we'll go hold it. An endurance rider wants to be closer to a dressage rider because you want to load the joints as evenly as possible for as many miles possible. Does that make sense? Because the more equally you load the joints, that's why in Germany, I think I've told you that story, that the reason the Germans lead the world in dressage is because they were a landlocked country with no navy. So they were a cavalry country. And their biggest investment in the cavalry was horses, but they weren't getting killed through cannon fire or battle. It was just sheer lamenesses. So then they started to teach all their soldiers dressage up to second level, cut the lamenesses by over 40%.
Wow.
So that's where Germany got this big, long tradition of dressage. But it was, and that's why they have a totally different style of horses like the other rich countries, like we think of Austria and Vienna with the Lipizzans. So those are little Baroque horses that a king could climb on. And now go ahead and drop your irons, drop your leathers. Now I want you to continue warming up, just like you are, Miss Lucy, but without those irons, because that will help reveal, yeah, baby. Yeah, right away. So when you're first warming up, between a half-mile to 2-mile place, and if the terrain permits, i.e. relatively flat, relatively stable, I want you to start taking your stirrups away. And as you get better and better, Miss Lucy, as the terrain is forgiving, I want you to start taking your stirrups away. Now, one thing I have to tell you doing really awfully is scan your left ankle currently.
Sorry, say again?
Scan your left ankle and tell me what you're doing terribly in your left. Yeah. So, and the reason that's so terrible is because it totally stiffens your upper leg. And when you stiffen your upper leg, that means you'll use one seat bone harder. So let those toes dangle down. His knees are open, his thigh is open, his hands are open, and he's sitting absolutely levelly on his horse in the position that I basically want you to sit. So for you, if you can, now, and let's just talk about these toes drop down, because the second I say toes drop down, you keep straining the other way. So we don't want, you see the ballerina on horseback. Hi, and turn it towards you, lift up the left inner ring. Come on, run me over. Okay, let's do those things. So you start coming towards me and I'll drop back. So, this is again part of that.
She's going to do the chase Jeanette on the horse game. See how he's like, oh.
Because he's scared of her?
He's just tentative about people on the ground.
He must be, I was reading about right brains in there, but Benny is a right brain, which means they kind of just, every once in a while, they don't use their noggin for what they.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a little right brain.
Yeah.
And maybe he's a little bit a right brain extrovert. Maybe he just needs.
Just seems like he's had a lot of saddle work and not enough groundwork.
Yeah, so he's insecure, I think.
He is insecure on the ground, but when you get on him, he's good. Get on him, he trusts you, but on the ground, he doesn't trust
Somebody
you.
may have handled him roughly, an Arab, or something.
Gallop, gallop.
No stirrups.
Rib cage lifted. And now lift and then turn. That's the girl. Eyes up, chin up. Repeat that in figure of 8. Oh, I love your rib cage right there. Oh my God, is that gorgeous. Lift up, toes down. See how you're doing that weird little... Taller on that side of the rib cage. Good girl. Stay tall. And turn. Good girl. And now drop the toes. And you just drop them. You don't point them. You just drop them. Good. Good. Tall. And lift hands and turn. Now check your toes right after the turn because that usually kind of fires them up. And finish that figure 8. The next time around you do the figure 3.
Eek.
Tall. And stay up. Now grow up and turn. Check your toes. And relax. Oh, nice.
Princess Lucy.
Tall. And check your toes. Good. Tall. So you try to twist and throw versus grow up and turn. Tall, tall, tall. One thing, take your hands up higher now just to remind you, it's not that we need them, it's just to remind you to not twist and turn down. Tall, tall, tall. Toes relaxed. Tall, 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 tall. Hands still up. Try to keep the hands up. So there, because there's the parts of you we need to turn. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Good. Tall and hands up. Yeah, and that's because you're not as mobile on the hip. You can feel it's just not as easy to go zip and turn around. Up, hands higher. That just to help bring a little bit more awareness down. Let the toes relax. I know. Ooh, a whole new thing for Jeanette to nag on.
Just when I was starting to get it, the legs
Yeah,
were got the
yeah, that's good. Good.
right leg can stay dangling now.
Yeah.
Interestingly, but the left leg's like touch
Yeah.
every time you want
Well, that's because you have a stronger neural pathway that connects you to your dominant leg. So once the dominant leg learns the command, even though it's stronger, it gets the information sooner. So that's why I used to call my left leg my stupid leg, and it'd take like a month to inform my left leg. Excuse me, we're on a new program, left leg. Let the toe relax. Good. Tall. Good. So one thing for you, and true of most people, by the way, Miss Lucy, the things below your waist are the ones you want to keep kind of stretched and tight, and the ones above your waist are the ones you want to keep kind of collapsed and loose. And guess what? When we're riding, we need the exact opposite. Above the waist is kind of tall, elegant, lifted. Below the waist is just the horse is balancing us. Relaxed, tall. Now, the reason that was caused by your little zippy thing. So first, if you learn to grow up and then turn, and then grow up and then turn, it was because you grew up after the turn and that threw the weight down and then turn. So see how you turned and then grew up? Try to reverse it. Just concentrate. You grow up out of the pelvic girdle. No, like that. And feel his shoulder turn. Boom, right underneath you. Grow up, way up. No, see how you keep turning the hip before? It's okay. Doesn't matter. And that's why part of why those others are so good, because you grow up and then turn. The others you go turn, grow. So here now, grow up like a little snotty-ass queen. There. There you go. Better. Didn't that flow a little bit better? And now grow up and turn. Very nice. And you can, it's easy for us to see on the ground that just so your hip just so turns your weight up out of your pelvic girdle. There's not many times, there's times we take a little extra, but there's very few times we collapse it down.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
There's some times where we take a little higher more than others. Good. And now turn. Eyes are up, chin is up.
Look, the
Again,
horse
be
is running
snotty-ass
away.
queen and look out at the crowd. That'll help you. There. Grow up and then rotate the hip girdle. Tall, tall, soft, tall, soft, tall. Toes dangle. And grow up with the torso. Eyes are up. Now, I want you to keep your eyes as level as possible because you lead the turn by dropping your shoulders. So keep this snotty little, I'm a little waving queen.
I feel like I'm having a hard time staying on top.
That's okay. Well, you are having a hard time on the top because this really reveals that one seat bone is stronger and digs in more. Oh, nice there. Nice there. Oh, better there. Tall, tall, lightly tall, long legs. Lightly tall, long legs. Better.
Easy, easy, easy. Oops.
Let the toes dangle. Tall, lightly tall. Good. Good. Very good, Lucy. Very good right there. Very good right there. When she does it correctly, we can see that your boobs bounce and your belly bounces. That's what we want to have bounce. Your frontal plane bounces, but your seat stays deep and
We need
relaxed.
to tie them down.
Good. Good. Let your ankles and toes relax. Tall. Relax those thighs and knees. You don't have to open them, just relax them. Yeah. Good. Good. Now, Miss Lucy, add a third loop. See if you've got room. Yeah?
That's going to happen.
Have to use the whole width. Good girl. Eyes are up, chin is up. Good. Tall. Don't lift that. Keep the eyes up and kind of level instead of dropping your head down for your turn. Eyes up and level. Eyes up and level. Shoulders lightly up. There you go. Good girl. Eyes up and level. Good. Good. Eyes up. Good. Remember? Oh, it's okay. And now, just turn towards where he's, there you go. So think of snow driving. So you turn the wheels in the skid.
Yeah.
So, and now walk for a second and let him just relax and then we'll start that again. And that's just because as you went, you just clamped the,
Oh, yeah.
I know.
My legs
So
are
go
just
ahead and
gone.
put your feet in the stirrups and walk, hold arena for a second. Give yourself and him a break.